How would you feel if the person you loved most crushed your dreams? Sometimes, the fiercest family battles start behind closed doors, and sometimes, courage changes everything. Have you ever been told your dreams didn't belong in your marriage? A spoon clinks against a mug in the kitchen. I'm wiping crumbs from the counter, watching Tyler build a tower of blocks on the floor. Sunlight shifts on the hallway wall, catching the corner of my college diploma. I can barely remember the last time I looked at that piece of paper. Mom, look. Tyler grins, stacking another block with shaky hands. A crash. Then laughter fills the room. Did you see how tall it was? I nod, smiling. Great job, bud. Want more milk? He nods, still giggling. I pour it gently, the carton almost empty. The front door opens with a short shuffle. Derek walks in, glancing around. Any mail? He asks, tossing his jacket on a chair. Just the usual, I reply, handing him a bill. He glances at the kitchen table. You haven't started dinner yet? I was going to. Tyler and I spent the afternoon at the park. He nods, avoiding my eyes. Long as it's done by 6. I turn to the fridge, taking a deep breath. Derek, I saw an opening for a job downtown. It's part-time. I'd still be here when Tyler gets home. I thought... He shakes his head, cutting me off. No, Alyssa. We talked about this. I know, but I'd like to try. I miss using my degree. The paycheck could help too. He looks right at me, his jaw tight. I make enough. Our family never needed 2 incomes. My mom stayed home, so did yours. My fingers tighten on the folder I'm holding. Things are different now. I want more, Derek. I want to feel needed outside of all this. He sighs, rubbing his eyes. You are needed. Here, not out there. Tyler comes first. That's how families stay strong. Tyler runs in, holding up a picture. Do you like it, Dad? Derek glances over, his face softening for a moment. Looks good, bud. I watch them together, feeling that familiar ache in my chest. Every time I try to reach for something more, the door closes politely. After dinner, I put Tyler to bed. He hugs me tight. Mom, why are you sad? I kiss his forehead. I'm not sad, sweetie. Just tired. Downstairs, the house is quiet. My laptop sits unopened on the desk, dust collecting on the lid. I trace the edge with my finger, tempted to open it, to send a single email, just to see. But Derek's words echo in my head. You're needed here. I settle on the couch, flipping through a notebook. My diploma hangs in the shadows. Words faded from sunlight. My phone buzzes against the armrest. A single message lights up the screen. Hey, Alyssa, it's Dr. Green. I know you haven't worked in a while, but I thought you might be interested in a freelance project. Let me know if you want more details. I stare at the words, my heart suddenly pounding. I reread the message again and again, unsure if I should smile or cry. Something stirs inside me, a spark I thought I'd lost. Quiet, but there. I close my eyes, holding my phone close. Maybe it's time to open that laptop. A gentle hope creeps in, barely there but real. The house feels warmer, lighter, even if it's just for a moment. The dining room is quiet, except for the clink of silverware and the low hum of Caroline's voice. These green beans are perfect, Alyssa, she says with a smile. You've really settled into your role so well. Phil chuckles, slicing his roast. Back in our day, being a stay-at-home mom was a real job. Not like now, everyone's chasing something. Derek nods slowly. She does more than enough. There's no need for her to work. I glance across the table, setting my fork down. My voice is calm, but careful. Actually, I was going to mention something. I've been thinking about applying for a part-time online job. I could write from home, Schedule around the house. No changes to our routine. Caroline tilts her head. Oh? Phil raises an eyebrow. But why? Isn't being a mother enough? I clear my throat, smile tight. It is, but I miss using my brain that way. I studied writing for years. It would be nice to feel like myself again, even just a little. Derek sets down his glass. We've talked about this, Alyssa. Not really, I say softly. I thought you might be open to... He cuts me off. Tyler needs stability, and I'm not going to let screens raise our kid while you're glued to a laptop all day. I'm stunned. That's not what I'm saying. It's part-time. I'd still do everything I do now. Caroline leans in with a polished smile. Sweetheart, you're doing such a beautiful job as a mom. Don't let the world make you feel like that's not enough. Phil nods. Kids need their mom at home, full-time. That's how we kept our family strong. My words catch in my throat. I look at Derek. He doesn't meet my eyes. We finish dinner. I clear the plates quietly. Caroline thanks me again, like I'm being honored for holding my tongue. The kitchen is colder than usual. That night, I went into the bedroom early. Derek follows, flipping through the news on his phone as he climbs into bed. You upset? He mumbles. I'm not upset, I replied slowly. I'm disappointed. He glances over. This is about dinner? It's about everything, I whisper. Every time I even mention something, it feels like I don't exist outside of doing laundry or packing lunches. He sighs. You made a choice, Alyssa. You said to yourself you wanted to be home with Tyler. I do, but I also want space to grow, to build something. I'm allowed to want both. Derek shrugs. I just don't see the point. We're fine. Why dig for more? I roll onto my side, facing away. Because I'm fading in a life I didn't finish. Choosing. He doesn't answer. As Derek falls asleep beside me, I stare at the dark ceiling. I think about my graduation day. Sunlight on my face, my mother's arms around me, her voice firm and proud. You can do anything, baby, she told me. Don't let anyone shrink your world. I blink back tears. Have you ever been told you couldn't follow your dreams? How did you handle it? Share your story below. The next morning, I wait until the house is empty. Tyler's at school. Derek's at work. I open my laptop. The screen lights up for the first time in months. I open my resume. Dusty, outdated, but still mine. Still full of something that once made me feel unstoppable. I start updating it, word by word, slowly, carefully. The coffee goes cold beside me. My fingers keep moving. No one knows yet, but I've taken the first small step, and I'm not turning back. The house is quiet and still. When Alyssa opens her laptop, its gentle glow the only thing fighting off the dark. She glances at the nightlight, all soft and golden, casting familiar shapes on the walls. It's become her secret companion, steady and calm, a quiet promise that she's allowed to want more. Alyssa types slowly, editing her first freelance project. Each word is a mix of excitement and nerves. Every click feels like a step into a world she almost forgot. She checks the clock, past midnight again, but she can't stop now. This is her time. Her phone buzzes across the table. Naomi's message flashes. How's it going? Need a pep talk? She smiles, fingers flying over the keys. Made my first pitch. Feels weird, but good. Naomi replies instantly. That's the spirit. Little steps. You're doing great. Alyssa leans back for a moment, filled with a feeling she hasn't known in a long time. Pride. Still, guilt crawls in. She's hiding everything from Derek, her husband who believes home is the only place she belongs. She nearly closes the laptop, but instead saves her work and breathes deep. The days go by in a blur of chores and quiet hustle. Alyssa juggles school lunches, vacuuming, and Tyler's soccer practice by day. At night, she sneaks time to write, her nightlight always shining. The rhythm is exhausting, but for the first time in years, she wakes each morning with a sense of purpose. One night, as she's folding laundry and rushing to finish an article, Tyler peeks around the corner, rubbing his eyes. "Mom, aren't you going to bed?" She blinks, surprised. "Just a little more work, bud. I'll be there soon." He shuffles closer, curiosity lighting his face. "Can I help?" Alyssa shakes her head gently, closing the laptop. "Maybe tomorrow. I promise." He gives her a sleepy smile and disappears to his room. As she sits back down, Alyssa feels an ache, guilt for hiding, joy for growing, worry about what comes next. She touches the nightlight, grateful for its quiet company. The next morning is full of rushing. Tyler's cereal spills, Derek grumbles about lost keys, and Alyssa juggles everything with practiced hands. At school, drop-off, Naomi calls. "Did you sleep? Sounded swamped last night." Naomi's laugh is bright and teasing. Alyssa chuckles. 3 hours maybe, but I finished a draft. It's crazy. I almost feel like myself again." Naomi grows serious. "You know you're allowed to be more, right?" Alyssa nods, heart pounding. "I want to be. I just don't want Derek to find out yet. He'll have to get used to it." Naomi says, "You should pitch something bigger, like to that online magazine. Why not reach higher?" The thought stops Alyssa cold. I don't know. Is it too soon? Nope. The world deserves your words. Go for it. Alyssa's stomach twists, but Naomi's encouragement lingers. Back at home, she pulls up her laptop, glancing at the nightlight still glowing, even in daylight. Its warmth feels like a sign. She isn't alone, not in what she wants, and not in her doubts. Days blend together. Alyssa edits late into the night, schedules phone calls in the car after Tyler's daycare drop-off, and sends emails during stolen moments between chores. She feels tired, but alive, caught between the comfort of her old life and the thrill of something new. Each night, with the house dark and Derek asleep, she logs on. The room is painted blue by the screen, and the nightlight's gold. Her own little universe, where dreams get a voice. The guilt is real, but so is the hope. As Alyssa drafts her first big pitch, she rereads Naomi's latest text. "You can do this. Don't let old rules hold you back." Alyssa stares at the glowing screen, takes a breath, and begins to write. Her hands move with purpose, the nightlight shining steady at her side, her silent promise to herself that this time she won't give up. The house is almost silent. The clock ticks. The dishwasher hums in the background. Alyssa sets aside a stack of folded clothes and notices her laptop isn't where she left it. She steps into the study. Derek sits staring at her open inbox, his face thunderstruck. He stands abruptly, holding up the laptop. "What's this, Alyssa? You've been applying for jobs? You're doing freelance work behind my back?" Her stomach drops. "Derek, I can explain." He cuts her off, anger simmering. "Explain what? That you lied to me? That you did the exact thing we agreed you wouldn't?" Alyssa's hands shake. "I didn't lie, Derek. I needed something for myself. I needed to feel alive again." He raises his voice now, losing his usual calm. "So you sneak around, hide things? What am I? A bad guy for wanting to protect our family, for wanting Tyler to have his mom at home?" Alyssa lets her words fall, trembling but determined. "I'm not just Tyler's mom. I'm more than this house. I have skills, dreams, a degree I worked hard for. Why does that scare you so much?" Derek paces, shaking his head. "You promised, Alyssa. We talked about this before Tyler was even born. You wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. She swallows. I did, but people grow. My needs changed. That doesn't mean I stopped loving our family. From the hallway, the sharp sound of voices draws little footsteps. Tyler hovers near the door, eyes wide, fear etched on his face. He clutches his sketchbook, silent and uncertain. Derek lowers his voice, seeing their son. Go to your room, buddy. We're just having a talk, okay? Tyler nods, scared. Are you and Mom mad? His voice is small. Alyssa kneels, pulling him into a quick hug. We're just talking, sweetie. Everything's going to be all right. She gives him a reassuring smile that she doesn't quite feel. After Tyler disappears, Derek's mother, Carolyn, comes down the stairs, arms folded. Is everything all right here? Derek turns to her, desperate. Mom, did you know about this? Alyssa's been working, hiding things. Caroline shakes her head, frowning at Alyssa. Oh dear, really? Honey, you know families fall apart when women forget their most important job. Your place is here. Don't you see you're upsetting everyone? Alyssa clenches her hands, but keeps her voice steady. My place is still here, Caroline. But I need to do something for myself, too. Caroline sighs. That's what women say just before everything falls apart. I warned you, Derek. Ambition is trouble. In that moment, Derek's mind flashes back, a memory he buried deep. His father's stern voice on the porch years ago. Remember, son, women's ambition ruins families. Don't let pride get in the way of what's right. He shakes off the memory and focuses on Alyssa, frustration in every line of his body. I can't do this, Alyssa. I can't keep fighting in my own home. You broke our agreement. I don't even know who you are right now. Alyssa takes a breath, heart pounding. If who I am isn't enough for you, that's not something I can fix by shrinking myself. For a long moment, Derek says nothing. Caroline huffs quietly and walks away, casting a lingering, disappointed look back at Alyssa. Alyssa stands, shaky but undefeated. I need space. I'm moving into the guest room tonight. I need time to think, and I need you to let go of trying to control me. Derek watches her go, jaw tight. He wants to speak, but his mind is filled with echoes of his father, the pressure of tradition, and fear of losing his family. Alyssa closes the guest room door behind her. She sits on the edge of the bed, fighting tears, hugging her knees. The room is colder, lonelier than she imagined. But for the first time, it's her own. She wipes her face and opens her laptop, a quiet resolve filling her chest. She isn't giving up on herself this time. No matter how lonely the fight feels, she knows her voice, her purpose, matters just as much as anyone's. The night stretches ahead, uncertain and heavy, but Alyssa refuses to go back to silence. This time, she's not hiding. Early morning light spills across the kitchen table. Alyssa, still in her robe, sips lukewarm coffee and rereads the email on her laptop. Congratulations. We'd love to feature your article next week. She covers her mouth to hide the gasp. Her fingers tremble as she rewrites the draft. She proofreads again and again. She hits send. That same night, her phone buzzes nonstop. Comments, shares, emails from complete strangers. I thought I was the only one. Thank you for telling the truth. You gave me courage. She presses her hand to her chest, barely breathing. This is what she was born to do. By Saturday, her piece is trending. Naomi calls screaming, "Girl, you did it. You did it." Alyssa laughs, half crying. I don't even know what just happened. You told the truth. People needed it. You're changing lives. Tyler comes bouncing down the stairs, holding a flyer from school. Ms. Barnes liked your article. She shared it with the whole PTA. Alyssa kneels. She did? Yeah. She said it was brave, and that it helps moms feel seen. A pause. One small moment where everything slows. Tyler hugs her. I'm proud of you, Mom. Her eyes sting. She kisses his forehead. Thank you, baby. That means everything. Later, she writes a check to herself. A real check. Real money for something that came from her heart. She pins it to her vision board, right next to a picture of her graduation cap. It feels full circle. It feels like proof. Proof she didn't imagine how much she had to give. Meanwhile, across town, Derek sits with Phil on the back porch. He tosses the phone onto the table. Everyone's reading it, talking like Alyssa's some kind of hero. Phil leans back, sipping iced tea. Isn't she? Derek's jaw tightens. She didn't tell me she submitted it. She didn't even ask. Would you have said yes? A long pause. I don't know, Derek admits. I just thought she was happy here. That being a mom was enough. Phil sighs. Son, your mother stayed home because she wanted to. But not every woman is wired the same. Derek stares down at his hands. Her doing this. It makes me feel like I wasn't enough. Phil shakes his head. That's not what this is. She's not replacing you. She's finding a piece of herself she buried to keep things running. Quiet. What if this changes everything? Derek mutters. Phil finishes his drink. It already has. The question is, are you going to join her there? Or let pride make you the guy she writes about next? Back at home, Alyssa reads comments between folding laundry. A woman named Sharon wrote, You said exactly what I was too scared to admit. I left law school to raise my kids. I love them deeply, but I miss myself. Thank you for writing this. Alyssa stares at the message, full of emotion. She replies, You're not alone. Keep going. We're allowed to want both. Her heart swells, not just from recognition, but from impact. She takes the laundry upstairs, humming softly. In the hallway, Tyler waits with a school drawing. You said to dream big, right? She nods. He holds up his picture of the family with a giant star over her head. This is you now, because you help people. That simple gesture cracks something wide open. She folds him into a hug, whispering, You're why I kept going. Would you risk your relationship to chase your dreams? Have you ever had to choose between family and self-worth? Share your story below. That night, Alyssa opens a new document. She's not done. This momentum, this feeling, it's the start of something real. Her fingers hover over the keyboard, but this time, there's no fear, just fire. She starts typing again. She's no longer asking permission. She's telling her story. The ringing phone shakes the silence. Alyssa answers quickly, sensing trouble before the words even come. Mrs. Powell, it's the school counselor. Tyler was in an incident today. Another boy pushed him in the hallway and said some mean things. Could you come by? Concern knots in Alyssa's stomach. I'll be there in 10 minutes. She grabs her purse and heads out, her mind racing. Work deadlines can wait. Right now, Tyler needs her. At the school, Tyler curls into her side, red-eyed and quiet. The counselor explains what happened, ending with, He said he just wanted his mom. Alyssa hugs him close, promising she's right here. On the drive home, Tyler stares out the window, silent. Alyssa fights the urge to press him for details, choosing instead to hold his hand, letting him know he's not alone. Back at home, Alyssa makes his favorite grilled cheese. She calls Derek, voice steady, relaying what happened. Derek's words are tense. Is he okay? Should I come home? We're okay. I just wanted you to know, Alyssa answers, trying to keep it calm. Later, while Tyler naps, Derek comes home early. He sits by Tyler's bed, but the words don't come easily. When Tyler wakes, he hugs Derek tight, but barely speaks. Derek looks helpless. He's never seen his son shut down. After dinner, Alyssa finds Derek staring blankly at the kitchen table. She places 2 mugs of coffee between them, the rich scent filling the quiet. She sits down, hands wrapped around her cup. Derek sighs. I thought things would get easier as a dad, but Tyler barely looks at me. He talks to you about everything. Alyssa's voice is gentle. Today was hard for him. He just needed someone here. I was able to drop everything because of my job. If I still did everything your way, he'd have been alone. Derek stares into his mug. I never wanted him to feel alone. I thought I was protecting you, the family, our values. But he needed you, and you were there, not because you're home all day, but because you've built something flexible, something that actually works. She reaches over, placing her hand on his. It's not a competition, Derek. You're both important to him, but I found a way to be here and still be me. Isn't that what we want for him too? He nods, looking defeated. I guess I was scared. My dad drilled into me that if you let go of the rules, everything falls apart. Sometimes I feel like the world changed, and I missed the memo. Family is all I ever wanted. Alyssa squeezes his hand. Me too. But what if family means letting each other be whole, even if it's not perfect? I started working for myself, but it helped us too. Maybe it's time to let go of the old rules. Derek is quiet for a long moment, then finally speaks, voice thick. I see it now. I'm sorry I fought you so hard. I just wanted to do life the right way. I didn't realize it was hurting us. She smiles softly. It's never too late to see things differently. We all have wounds, Derek, but we can heal if we listen, if we trust each other. He breathes out, some of his tension softening. You're right. I want to do better. For you, for Tyler. I see now your success isn't a threat. It's a gift for all of us. They sit in a peaceful pause, hands wrapped around coffee mugs, a gentle warmth settling between them. Years of unspoken worries float away, replaced by something new, a real partnership, vulnerable and honest. The next morning, Tyler wakes up, finding both his parents at the kitchen table, smiling together. He hugs them both, a bright spark in his eyes. Derek brings Alyssa a fresh cup of coffee, meeting her gaze. Thank you for not giving up on yourself or on me. She squeezes his hand, hoping to light her face. We're learning, Derek. That's all anyone can ask. As the sun rises through the window, the house feels a little lighter. Alyssa's work isn't a secret anymore, or a source of shame. It's proof that growing, all of them, together, is what makes them a true family. The library hall buzzes with quiet energy. Folded chairs squeak. Children wiggle in their seats. Posters line the walls. Modern mothers, redefining roles. Alyssa stands near the front, adjusting her blouse, eyes scanning the room. She spots Tyler in the third row, feet swinging, smiling wide. Beside him, Derek sits stiffly, hands folded. He catches her glance, nods. She takes a breath. The host taps the mic. And now, we're honored to introduce Alyssa Powell, writer of the viral article, The Mom Who Missed Herself. Claps echo softly as Alyssa steps up, heart pounding. Lights feel hot. Words float somewhere between fear and fire. Hi, she begins. I'm Alyssa. I'm a mom, a wife, and a woman who forgot she was allowed to want more. Heads nod. A chorus of gentle murmurs. She continues. For years, I convinced myself everything I loved was enough, that I shouldn't want anything beyond home and family. But deep down, I was disappearing. She scans the room, eyes landing on Derek. When I started working again, I did it alone, in secret, because I was ashamed of wanting something for myself. The room goes still, but I know now it's okay to grow and still love where you started. I'm a mother, not just a mother, and stepping into my dream made me a better one. A few claps begin. A woman in the back dabs her eyes. And I'm grateful for everyone who made space for me to find my voice again. As Alyssa steps down, applause grows. Stronger, fuller. Tyler runs to her. "You did it, Mom. That was so cool." She hugs him tight. "Thanks, baby." Derek approaches slowly. "That was..." He starts, then stops. She looks at him, careful. He clears his throat. "I've been wrong about a lot, about you. I didn't know how strong you were until I sat out there and really heard you." Alyssa exhales. Derek continues, voice firm now. "I held you back. I thought I was protecting you, but I was really protecting myself. I was scared of change. But watching you up there, I got it. Finally." He looks around, then steps back toward the mic. The host raises an eyebrow but nods. Derek speaks, eyes on Alyssa. "I want to say something, not as a husband with old ideas, but as a man trying to do better. Alyssa, I'm proud of you, and I was wrong for ever making you feel small. I see you now, and I'll stand beside you, not in your way." Gasps ripple gently through the room. Then a long, soft round of applause. Alyssa blinks back tears. Later that night, the three of them sit on the living room floor, laughing over spilled fries and scattered board game pieces. Tyler rolls the dice. "I win again. You guys gotta keep up." Derek playfully groans. "This is getting suspicious." Alyssa laughs. "I say, let him win. He was our cheerleader today." Tyler grins, holding up a fry like a victory flag. Laughter feels easy now. The tension that hovered for months is gone. The quiet between them is peaceful, not cold. As they start packing up, Alyssa's phone buzzes. She glances at the screen, an email subject line catching her breath. "Offer for managing editor position. Impact Voices online." She stares. Read it again. Derek notices. "What is it?" Her voice is barely a whisper. "A job offer. Full-time. Remote." He pauses, then smiles. "Is that what you want?" She nods slowly. "It might be." He takes her hand. "Then we figure it out. Together." Have you ever realized you were wrong about a loved one's dreams? What made you change your mind? Let us know below. The night winds down. The dishes stay in the sink. The leftover fries go cold. But in the warmth of the living room, amid toys and loose cards and shared forgiveness, a new kind of life begins to grow. One built not just on duty or roles, but on real support. And this time, everyone's voice matters. For a long time, I thought being quiet made me a good partner. That if I kept things easy, put myself second, never asked for more, it meant I was doing it right. I told myself it was love. That sacrifice was strength. But I've learned something simple and real. A strong family isn't built on silence. It's built on respect, on listening, on choosing to grow together, even when it's hard. It took me too long to remember that I matter too, to remember the fire in me, to say out loud the dreams I tucked away because I thought they didn't belong here. But the moment I stopped hiding, everything changed. Not because life got easier, but because I finally stood up inside my own life. And the people who truly love me, they chose to grow too. So if you're holding back, if you're quieting yourself to keep the peace, let this be your reminder. Speak, dream, grow, and find people who rise with you. If Alyssa's journey spoke to you, please don't scroll without telling us. Have you ever felt like you had to shrink yourself for someone else's comfort? How did you find your voice again? Share your story in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real stories about growth, family, and finding your worth. And if someone you love needs this reminder, send it to them. You never know who's waiting to hear. Your voice matters too.